Let's see. So there's my swapping bass. Remember that song? I think the Yardbirds or something. When I'm older, will I be older?
I was telling Ron, we jam with a guy named Scott, and just as a cover band, and we almost played the Cats a couple times.
Yeah, just before it closed down.
But
The Cats.
we got so stagnated that I started going to JJ's every Tuesday and playing at they have open jam. It actually starts, they start setting up around 6:30, and they just play till 9, and they'll call people up, so I can play there and leave by 9:30 and actually go to work the next day.
Yeah.
All the other jam sessions, they start at 9:30, don't play till 10, like, only people with no job to go there.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know how else you man. So I went from trying to be because I play guitar too. I went from trying to be like a cover band guitar player. Now I just want to be a jammer, you know,
Yeah.
all up and down the neck,
Yeah.
all the 3-chord songs. You know.
Yeah.
It inspires me to practice when I know I'm going there. You know, spend a week practicing.
You play one bass. Recently, the nut on the bass here. So I haven't set the nut totally. I've been sanding it down, trying to get the action. But just wouldn't mind your opinion on the action and the feel of the bass.
Right at this point,
Yeah, the headstock. That's a nice old Ibanez.
you knew one guy, his neck broke.
Yeah.
And not throw away the neck, go buy a new neck.
Yeah.
Bolted right in.
Yep. Nowadays it's more finicky. They like with Ibanez, which I play a lot. Every couple of years or so. Well, they've been pretty consistent lately. But like, you look at my Ibanez, and it has like more of a square block, right? Like this is square, right? As like '94, I think they started rounding it off there, and they repositioned the other stud like in a different spot. So when my original neck broke on this guitar, I had a hell of a time finding this neck. You know, because most of the people selling necks were the newer ones with the cut out there, and that didn't work with my neck. So I finally found the 1988. So it was like this neck's like 4 years older than my body. But hey, it plays good. The original neck was maple fretboard, and they had abalone shell inlays. It was like a more high end Ibanez.
You dropped it.
No, my cat knocked it over, and I noticed the crack, and then the crack started getting wider and wider, and it was only inevitable. So started looking on eBay, I found something. And then I just took it all apart and fixed all the little parts and made it like, redid it. Because this stud in the bridge, this stud here, I had my friend, or my old bandmate Ryan, I was talking about earlier, he worked at Ernie Ball, and so like I would have the tech guy, the guy who did the setups and all the guitars, I had him set this guitar up. And he's a freaking dumbass because Ibanez has a special stud. You have the stud screw. Then there's a mini screw inside the screw, and it's like a hex wrench, right? So the guy didn't know about the mini screw, and so he's bottomed out, and he's trying to adjust it, and he's just torquing on it, and he literally broke the spot in half where you put the wrench in. And so unless you wanted to brutally take a pair of pliers and try to turn it, you couldn't move it. So for like 3 years it was like that all busted, and I couldn't adjust it. It was like, it's where it's at, it's good enough, you know. And so when the neck broke, I found this website. This guy in New Jersey has all kinds of vintage. He specifies in Ibanez only stuff. He does like old parts, new parts, right? You could buy custom Ibanez guitars from him. But so I ordered all the parts I needed, and I decided this was okay. The original pickup guards were okay. I like the kind of weathered thing, and see how like the black chrome's kind of worn off. The original knobs, but then I had to replace this, the pickup selector, and the case because the case kind of cracked right here. And so I replaced these. The only thing I haven't done, he didn't have the part, is the previous owner kind of wrecked the whammy bar thing. And so this is just my custom whammy bar. I have the original one, but
Does that whammy go down and up?
yeah.
Oh, it does?
Yeah. And I set the intonation so I have a little more room than normal, so I can raise the pitch. But I still need to order that part. You see, I jerry rigged it.
Yeah.
That's a E guitar string.
Oh, it
wrap
is?
around for the thing, and then I use Teflon tape because there's a little hole in there, and so I literally only made an eye hole, right, and then I pretty much saw the part, the little metal part that I seen what it was, and pretty much fabricated one with the guitar string, and then
Usually
there's
there's
a
a
hole
little
in
round
place.
circle at the end of this.
Yeah,
Where you had to cut that off? Or?
no, it was just it was missing. So I found a screw at Orchard, and I cut it to the right length, the metal saw, and put that on there and put it together. And so, because what happens with the original one, is you slide it in, and then there's a little crevice in the whammy bar where that little metal piece snaps it in.
Right.
So that's what keeps the whammy bar in. So if you don't have that there, if you tilt the guitar or whatever, the whammy bar will just fall right out.
Right.
So I made that to keep the original one in. But then I would get like play between the whammy bar wiggle inside there. So when you went to whammy, you'd have this free, you think of your steering wheel, right? That free play in your steering wheel before you actually start turning the axle, right? That's like what the whammy bar was doing. So then I just went to a guitar store, found just a random whammy bar, and then I came up with the brilliant idea of using saran wrap because it's sticky, right? So then I give it enough saran wrap so it stays really tight in the guitar, right? So it doesn't wiggle. And I cram it down there, and then when I go to do the whammy, you get a warble block. So your box is good. See that little wiggle? Kind of like.
Almost a
just-
horn. Nice. Can Bob try your bass, or are you still in the works?
No, it's put.
Bob, you want to? You guys seem like you're ready for some blues.
remember